Niger's military leader, speaking alongside the junta chiefs from Mali and Burkina Faso, has said they are irrevocably turning their backs on the wider West African bloc, ECOWAS. The three men are meeting together for the first time to cement an alliance created in the face of opposition from neighboring countries. Soldiers took power in Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger in a series of coups from 2020 to 2023. All three countries, which now form the Alliance of Sahel States, AES, have been affected by jihadist violence, which in part justified the army takeovers. In January, they all announced a plan to leave ECOWAS, which is holding its own summit on Sunday. Speaking at Saturday's meeting in the Nigerian capital, Niamey, the country's leader, Gen. Abdurrahmane Chiani, said that in place of ECOWAS, the junta chiefs wanted to build a community of sovereign peoples, far from the control of foreign powers, a community of peace, solidarity, prosperity, based on our African values. Gen. Chiani is hosting the talks with Burkina Faso's Capt Traoré and Mali's Col Assimi Goïta. The Burkinabe leader said that, "Together, we will consolidate the foundations of our true independence." Speaking at the summit, Capt Traoré emphasized, "This continent has suffered and continues to suffer from the fire of the imperialists. These imperialists have only one cliché in mind. Africa is the empire of slaves. Security cooperation is high on the agenda. But the alliance, known by its French acronym AES, will also look towards forming closer economic ties, including the aim of creating a common currency. This would be a rejection of the France-backed CFA franc, which is used in many states across the region. All three countries have expelled French soldiers, who were there as part of an anti-jihadist mission, and turned towards Russia for military assistance. Calls for greater sovereignty and a rejection of the former colonial power have been a key part of the rhetoric coming from the junta leaders. The countries have also resisted calls from ECOWAS for a rapid return to civilian rule. Capt Traoré arrived in Niamey a day ahead of the meeting and was welcomed with an enthusiastic reception. Television pictures show cheering, crowds waving Nigerian and Burkinabe flags. Among them was Sidi Mohammed, the head of the National Youth Council. "Today, as Africans, we are very proud to see a summit where it's an African summit. A summit where states have decided to pool their energies, to pool their forces to create an alliance for their development, without any foreign stakeholders, without any counterparts from the powers that are used to ruling over us," he told journalists. The presidents of the wider West African bloc will have their chance to respond at a heads of state meeting in the Nigerian capital, Abuja, on Sunday. They are also due to announce the activation of a standby force to fight regional insecurity. Over the past decade, the Sahel has become an increasing focus of Islamic State militant activity, creating insecurity and instability. This instability has driven the leaders of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger to seek new alliances and methods to combat the persistent threat of jihadist violence. The AES represents a significant shift in the geopolitical landscape of West Africa, as these nations pivot away from traditional Western alliances and towards self-reliance and partnerships with countries like Russia. The decision to leave ECOWAS is not merely symbolic, but reflects deeper dissatisfaction with the bloc's inability to effectively address the security concerns of its member states. The new alliance seeks to build a framework based on mutual cooperation and shared African values, emphasizing sovereignty and independence from former colonial powers. The expulsion of French troops and the embrace of Russian military support are clear indicators of this new direction. If you're finding this content insightful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring you more in-depth analysis on critical issues like this one. Let's continue exploring the dynamics of the Alliance of Sahel States and its implications for regional security and development. The AES's focus on security cooperation is particularly significant given the escalating jihadist threat in the Sahel region. By pooling their military resources and intelligence, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger hope to mount a more effective defense against militant groups. This collective security approach also aims to create a sense of solidarity and mutual support among the member states, reinforcing their commitment to defending their sovereignty and territorial integrity. Economic integration is another crucial aspect of the AES's agenda. The proposal to create a common currency reflects a desire to break free from the economic constraints imposed by the CFA franc, which many view as a relic of colonialism that hinders true economic independence. A common currency could facilitate trade, reduce transaction costs, and strengthen economic ties among the AES countries, contributing to their overall development and stability. The enthusiastic reception of Capt Traoré in Niamey, with cheering crowds waving flags, symbolizes the public support for this new alliance. The people of these nations see the AES as a beacon of hope for a future free from foreign domination and exploitation. Leaders like Sidi Mohammed, head of the National Youth Council, emphasize the importance of African unity and self-determination in achieving sustainable development and peace. The AES's rejection of ECOWAS's calls for a rapid return to civilian rule highlights the tension between the new alliance and the traditional West African political order. The junta leaders argue that the current security situation necessitates strong military leadership to stabilize their countries and lay the groundwork for future democratic governance. This stance, however, has drawn criticism from both regional and international observers, who advocate for a swift transition to civilian rule to ensure political legitimacy and stability. The response from the wider West African bloc, expected at the heads of state meeting in Abuja, will be crucial in determining the future of regional cooperation and security. The activation of a standby force by ECOWAS signals their commitment to addressing the security challenges in the region, but it also raises questions about potential conflicts of interest and the effectiveness of parallel security initiatives. The growing influence of Islamic State militants in the Sahel has exacerbated the region's instability, making it imperative for the AES to develop comprehensive and coordinated strategies to combat this threat. The collaboration between Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger through the AES represents a proactive approach to regional security, focusing on shared interests and mutual support rather than reliance on external powers. The involvement of Russia in the AES's security strategy is a notable shift from the traditional reliance on Western military support. Russia's growing presence in Africa reflects its strategic interests in the continent and its willingness to provide military assistance to nations seeking alternatives to Western alliances. This partnership could bring new capabilities and resources to the AES. The formation of the Alliance of Sahel States marks a significant development in West Africa's geopolitical landscape. By turning their backs on ECOWAS and embracing a new path based on sovereignty, solidarity, and African values, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger are redefining their approach to regional security and development. The success of this alliance will depend on the member states' ability to effectively collaborate, implement their security and economic initiatives, and navigate the complex geopolitical environment. Thank you for watching. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the Alliance of Sahel States and its potential impact on regional security and development. Do you believe the AES will succeed in addressing the challenges facing the Sahel region? What are your views on their decision to turn away from ECOWAS? Share your opinions in the comments below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated on this and other important issues. Your engagement is vital to us. The future of the Sahel region hinges on the ability of its leaders to forge strong alliances, develop effective security strategies, and promote sustainable development. The decisions made by the AES today will shape the region's destiny and its place in the global arena for years to come.